All right, what is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? Super excited for today's video. We're going to be taking a look at Propy, all right, or Propy. This is the PRO token, another viewer request. And what we're going to do is go over everything that I'm looking at on the daily chart. All right, we're going to look at the current structure we have, the major levels up above, as well as our demand zone that we're coming down and retesting here currently. Going to go over all of those things, as well as the MACD and the RSI. There are some signals we're seeing on the RSI, and we'll go over the different signals that you can look for on the MACD and how to use those to potentially spot entries and exits. Um, we're also going to talk about today's sponsor, which is the Tangem Cold Storage Wallet. All right, if you don't know, not your keys, not your crypto, you need to get your money off of these exchanges. More on them later. Before we go any further, full disclaimer, the content provided in this YouTube channel is for informational and educational purposes only, and it's not intended to be relied upon as legal financial advice. All right, myself and any individuals that appear in this YouTube channel are not registered financial advisors. Trading in stocks, bonds, commodity, and crypto involve a significant risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. So be sure to read through the full disclaimer before moving forward. And if we take a look here, there's a couple things that I want to highlight, right? Now, you may be wondering, what are these circles on the chart, right? I have a circle here and I've got a circle here. What is it exactly that I'm trying to show you guys, all right? Well, what I want you guys to grasp is a concept known as bullish divergence, right? And try to be able to spot these on your own, right? So what we see here is a low, and then we have a lower low, right? So clearly, the price of the token is in a downtrend and it's creating lower lows. But if we look at our relative strength index, we see here a low and a low, right? And these are pretty much equal lows, right? If we try to connect these 2 points together, you can see that this is essentially a straight line across. So to fully understand what's going on here, remember the RSI measures the relative strength of a token at the given price that you're looking at, right? And so what we did was we came down, we made a low, right? And we came to these oversold conditions, which is this dotted line right here. This is 30. That's the technical definition of oversold on the relative strength index, right? And then you see we had a rebound afterwards, okay? And we had a push up after meeting those oversold conditions. Well, price has gone lower, right? So we made a low and then a lower low, but we did not lose relative strength, right? We actually have the same amount of relative strength as we did when we were here at a higher low, right? So in this case, because we're maintaining relative strength, right, and relative strength is equal, even though we've came down and created a lower low, what we have now is something known as a slight bullish divergence. And it's an indicator we may see some type of bullish activity, right? Now, if we go ahead and take a look at our MACD, okay, what you want to look for are potential entry signals and exit signals. So we have this arrow here highlighting when the red line crosses above the yellow line here, right? And so that's a potential entry signal. So if we think about things, right, we kind of had one signal right here because of, hitting those oversold conditions, right? And then number two could be the MACD crossing over to the upside. And you see we had a nice push up here all the way up to our 61.8% retracement level. Now, I'll explain these in a second, all right? But that's kind of what I wanted to go over with the MACD and how you can start to combine some of these different strategies and different indicators together to really help give yourself an edge, right? No one strategy is ever going to be 100% or work 100% of the time. But when you can have multiple things aligning together, that can really help you give you the edge that you need and, give you that confidence that you're looking for. Okay, now the same thing works with an exit signal. So here we end up seeing that the red line crosses below the yellow line right over here, and that would be known as an exit signal. And if we take a look, that happens right up here. Okay, and we've been trading in a bearish structure ever since then, right? We have this bearish selling channel here. This is very algorithmic. Okay, and this looks like, systematic controlled selling right here. And believe it or not, about 70% of all trading is done by algos, whether you believe it or not. And that's true in the stock market and the crypto market, not just in crypto, right? Algorithms and big institutions and whales, they're using algorithms to really, fulfill their big buy and sell orders, right? So when you see the systemic channels, it's very algorithmic, right? And so you can see we came up towards the top of this channel again, and we had a very bearish candle right there, a strong push down. Right now, we are maintaining above the halfway point of this channel. So we're in the upper half, but ultimately we're still in this bearish structure here. So we need to break this structure to look for some type of a breakout. Now we do have this demand zone here, which is going to be this green box, right? And we can see that we did have previous demand at this time frame. We came down, consolidated in this area, and then we saw a strong push up, right? And even when we came down and had this crazy wick candle right here, okay, we came down into this demand zone and we basically established an area of demand where buyers are coming in and pushing the price higher each time we come into this price range. So currently, if we take a look at what we have a red line below the yellow line here on the MACD. So we don't have a, potential buy signal, right? We would be looking to see the red line curl above the yellow line and ultimately get above zero, okay? Which will be this dotted line right here. So keep a close eye on your daily MACD and look to see if we can potentially get a buy signal, right? That's one thing we're going to be looking for. Number two is we're going to be looking to see, do we continue to make lower lows and come down into this demand zone? And are we going to be able to keep a bullish divergence, right? Are we going to be able to stay above this previous level here, right? If we can stay above that level, all right, and even if we make lower lows, we're going to be setting up bullish divergence, and that's an indicator you could have some type of bullish activity, right? And then the third, you want to look for the break of that channel, right? So if all three of those things happen, all right, and lead to some type of a bullish move, you need to be very cautious of these three levels right here specifically. You have the 61.8, the 50%, and the 38.2% level. Those are your major retracement levels, right? Those are the three most common and well-respected Fibonacci retracement levels, and you use these because nothing moves in a straight line down and nothing moves in a straight line up. Rather, you get a move down retracement, continuation of the trend, or a move up retracement, continuation of that trend, right? And so you can see that really that's what we got. We got a move down, a retracement, right, up to our major retracement levels, and then we're coming back down lower, right? Now we haven't created a lower low yet, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to look to see if we break above these levels and we can flip them to support from resistance. That's when we have a chance of potentially getting a reversal, because that's how you use the fibs, right? You use them to spot trend reversals and trend continuation, right? So I talked about the trend continuation, but let's say you move up, you retrace, you start to consolidate and then break through those retracement levels. That's how you can spot a potential downside reversal. And the same thing with an upside reversal. If you move down, retrace, and you start to consolidate and break through those retracement levels, you can spot a potential upside reversal. So we've made the move down, we've retraced, we consolidated, we're dropping back down. And if we can break through here, which is going to be, the levels are going to be 0.526, 0.482, and 0.437, right? If we can flip those to support from resistance, and that's when we have a chance of breaking out and getting a reversal and potentially retesting some of our previous highs, if not creating higher highs. So, these are all of the strategies that I really like to use. Hopefully you learned something, in this video, just concerning some of the different things that you can use, different indicators, right? I want to give a quick shout out to Tangem today. Again, that's today's sponsor. And Tangem looks like a regular card, but like a regular credit card, but it actually functions as a cold wallet, all right, without any batteries, wires, and connectors. It's super easy to set up. All right. The setup time is about 1 to 3 minutes. It literally only took me 2 minutes to get mine set up. All you have to do is go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and download the Tangem app today. And when you go to make your purchase, use code Exactly, all right, like the channel name Exactly Trades, and that will get you a discount on your purchase. Now, one thing that I like about it is not only the setup time and not having to, plug this into a PC, not having to plug this into a laptop or anything like that. I love the price point, okay? It's also more affordable. And Tangem is actually sold in packs of 2 or 3 cards. And the reason being is because those extra cards are actually going to be your backups, right? So, most cold storage wallets, other hardware wallets, they don't have a backup option. But with Tangem, you can have multiple cards for the same wallet and you can store them in different secure places. That way, if something does happen and you lose your Tangem wallet, you do actually have backups available, right? All you have to do is scan and activate, set up the password, and you guys can start making transactions. It's very quick and easy to set up and use. It's also DeFi compatible, which I really love that. It's compatible with a lot of the, big DeFi applications out there, such as Curve Finance, right? We have Yearn Finance, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, many others. It supports over 2,700 cryptocurrencies. And what's really nice about it is that this thing is also waterproof. Okay, so you can completely submerge it in water, and yes, it still work. It still will function. All right, it looks super cool, looks super sleek. It's, discreet, right? It just, looks like a credit card basically. It's also freezable, right? It's ice proof, right? It's freeze proof. So, you can completely freeze it, and yes, it still work. It's also heat resistant, temperature resistant. So I like to say that it's life proof, right? And it's something really that I like and I use personally. All right. So if you guys want to download the app, all right, it's available, the Tangem Wallet app. And what you'll do is use code exactly when you go to make your purchase. That will get you guys a discount and also help support the channel. So appreciate y'all watching the video. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe.